This is the world that you know.
Money that will go out the door immediately. Minimum wage of $15.
This is not.
We have inflation under control, and
You've been living in a dream world, Neo. This is the world as it exists today.
Inflation surging to its fastest pace in nearly 4 years, up 6.8% from a year ago.
$2,000 stimulus check.
Billions and 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 billions.
Possible. What's going on, guys? It's K-Dub here with another episode of CryptoZombie. Welcome back to the channel. Hope you're having a wonderful day today. In yesterday's video, we were a little bit cautious about what might happen at the FOMC meeting. However, as you could tell right here, we did have a massive spike up. While there was some uncertainty, we had stocks bounce back. We had Bitcoin bouncing back. In fact, you can see right here, we actually bounced up off of the 200 daily moving average. And why did this happen? Well, because essentially, really what ended up happening was nothing. Nothing really happened. Nothing really changed. I mean, they talked about some policies. They want to, do some rate hikes next year, maybe 3 different iterations of it, but ultimately all they did was stall and sort of just push it off even more, which is making it seem absolutely laughable at this point, which is making us really truly believe that the inflation is probably going to continue regardless of what they say they're going to do. I mean, how hilarious is it, the fact that they literally discontinued the M1 chart? I mean, you could see right here. I mean, look at this, just kind of casually going, and then what the hell is this? What is this? What is this right here? And then you could see on February 1st, they actually officially just discontinued the chart because this is a little bit embarrassing, as you could see. So yeah, guys, I don't see really anything changing as far as their policies are concerned. It's just a lot of talk. I think that Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies are going to continue to still keep going up based on what happened yesterday. So that being said, guys, in today's video, I want to talk about what is happening with Bitcoin right now, where we could be headed. I want to talk about some critical levels. We have some data from what is happening with the whales right now. Even if Bitcoin does pump, we might hit some extreme resistance at around 64,000, and I'll tell you why specifically if we can even get up to that level short term. And finally, I want to just tell you about a few changes that I'm going to be making to the channel. Not major changes, nothing really, huge out there, but there is a lot of opportunities to make money out there, and I want you guys to make money. I want you guys to get into some good projects and be able to make some massive gains from these in a relatively safer manner. I don't know how safe crypto really is. Crypto is the wild, wild west. But that being said, guys, we're going to focus on what to expect from Bitcoin, massive Ethereum news, and massive opportunities are ahead, guys. So if that sounds good to you, today's video is going to be a little bit quicker than usual. I have a lot of stuff I have to do today, but I had to bring you this update. So first and foremost, let's talk about the fact that we did have this beautiful, beautiful bounce right here off of the 200 daily moving average. This is exactly what we wanted to see for Bitcoin. We came all the way down here to about $45,000 and we sprung up almost to 50,000. That was a very confident move. Investors are feeling a lot better about being in these riskier assets because, well, compared to the dollar, which is just going to continue to just inflate and inflate and inflate, and then they're going to cancel the chart so you can't see how embarrassing it is. Yeah, probably want to stay in Bitcoin. Probably want to stay in Bitcoin, guys. But that being said, not financial advice, we are seeing that we do still have this major resistance right here. You can see that Bitcoin is being held down right here. You see we did have this support. You can see we had multiple touches right here, right here, right here. We fell through. And right here, it's been acting as resistance, right? So we need to break above this level right here. However, I'm going to tell you guys right now, and I've gone over my low targets. I told you guys if it goes below 40, I'm buying more. I heard some people would be selling at those levels. Well, sell it to me. I'll buy from you. But you can see right here that essentially, if we break above this resistance level right here, right around this $51,700 level, then there's a very good chance that we could actually try to get back inside of this zone, and we may even come all the way back up to around $57,000. So if we do get above 51,600, I think Bitcoin is going to go very fast and very hard back to around, this resistance right here to about the 57,000. Now, if you guys are looking to trade this, there are lots of opportunities. You can make a lot of money trading Bitcoin. I mean, you can try to hop in and out of these altcoins, sure, but essentially, if you just pay attention to the levels of the chart, to be totally honest with you guys, I will be longing if we have a clean breakout of that level. And if you want to learn how to do that, check out the tutorial popping up above. There's over $8,000 in bonuses, 50% bonus over on Prime XBT if you guys are interested in that. But there is one thing that is a little bit scary right now about Bitcoin, and it might not be anything serious. It could just be what's happening right now, but you can see that, we have had this dump, and what we're sort of doing is putting in this descending triangle, right? You could see we keep bottoming out at the same level, but the tops keep getting lower and lower and lower. This is technically a bearish formation, and the fact that it's coming after a massive move to the downside could mean that if we do have a breakout to the downside, we would probably end up revisiting 43,600. I would imagine there'd be a bounce there, and then I honestly think that we would actually fall, to be totally honest, down to about 40,600. So, these are two patterns you could play. Like I said, if we break out over that 51,600, then you can actually long it to the upside. I think that we'll have a massive move. And I think if we have a definite breakdown to the lower side and we fall below kind of 47, then I think that we are going to go all the way down to 43, potentially even 40. But I don't want to get pessimistic right now because, you had Kraken CEO Jesse Powell. He was having an interview with Bloomberg. He says that he thinks a lot of people are sort of waiting for Bitcoin to fall under 40,000. He says that they see it as a massive buying opportunity. He was personally buying when Bitcoin dipped back around 30,000, and he thinks that people are waiting for rock bottom prices. Now, very often, if everyone is waiting for it, everyone is sitting on the sidelines. All these institutions are saying, we're not going to buy, we're going to wait until Bitcoin falls below 40,000. Well, sometimes that doesn't happen, right? Because everybody wants that cheaper price. He says, when you look at the long-term trend line, it's just consistently up. I always tell people, if you think about buying Bitcoin, think about it as a 5-year plus investment. And I always think about it from that perspective. In fact, you don't even have to look at Bitcoin in a 5-year perspective. We know that even if you bought at the absolute top of every single cycle, right? You could just look at the chart and you waited 3.5 years, you would minimally 3x your money. And I understand 3x in crypto. Oh, I want 100x. I understand that, guys. But when you're talking about wealth generation versus wealth preservation, they're completely different things. Wealth generation is betting on the ponies, right? Buying the altcoins, right? Wealth preservation is Bitcoin. I mean, that is just where you're going to put it, set it and forget it, right? Like they used to say in those old infomercials. And essentially, 3.5 years, even if you bought the top, it always goes up. Nigel Green, right? He's the founder and CEO of Global Finance Advisory DeVere Group. He says that Bitcoin panic sellers are actually just selling it to the wealthy. According to him, they're practically giving away their crypto to the rich. You can literally see every single time that you have these panic dumps and you look at what's happening, you're seeing wallets increasing, whale wallets increasing. 193 more addresses just broke into the 100 to 1,000 Bitcoin club, if you want to call it, right? And you could see that there has been buying. Now, I do want to just tell you a little bit of warning. If we do have that breakout to the upside, and Bitcoin does start rallying, right here, I just want to point this out, there was a lot of whale buying at around the $64,000 level. You could see this bubble right here, okay? So the reason I wanted to break this down to you is because I think that 64,000 will be very difficult to break out of, and I know we have a $75,000 target that we spoke about months ago, but I still think we're gonna run into some issues around 64,000. But I do think if we can get above, and especially 55 is like, for me, totally out of the water. And you can even see, I said 55. You can see there's a lot of buying around 56. But I still think that, once we break that level, we're going straight to 64. And as come on, it was so funny because so many people were waiting for the outcome yesterday to see what was going to happen. I didn't know what was going to happen. I had no idea what they were going to say. And essentially, they basically just came out and were like, yeah, we're not really going to do anything. We have these things we want to do, But right now, we're not really going to do anything. So people are like, so you're just pushing the problem farther and farther away. This is not going to get solved anytime soon, guys. I don't care what they do. I don't care how hawkish they are. I don't care how much they go to, have these rate increases or hikes or whatever, tapering. It's nothing. It's a Band-Aid. It's a Band-Aid on a gunshot wound. I don't know. It's just not gonna get solved, guys. And that is why you're seeing things like stocks and crypto bounce back. In fact, look at Ethereum right here. Ethereum back in our triangle. Look at this. We had a dip. Look at that support, guys. Look at that perfect support right there. Man, I wish I was trading yesterday. I didn't have time to. I would have longed the hell out of that. Look at that. That was a perfect support. My dad actually bought the dip. He bought the dip almost down to the exact minute. He's getting kind of clever. He's getting a little better over here. But yeah, I mean, you could see essentially we are still in this formation. We are above the legacy trend line, so everything's looking great on Ethereum. Ethereum also pushing again on the Bitcoin Ethereum comparative right here. We did have this one fake out. This could be the moment we've all been waiting for. I think if Ethereum has a breakout, a retest down here, then I think Ethereum is going to go up to that 0.1 level, which is really the level we've really wanted Ethereum to go ever since we had the 2017 to 2018 bull run. And yeah, that would absolutely be amazing for Ethereum. So what is it that I want to go over today on the channel? Well, guys, we focus a lot on Bitcoin and Ethereum. And the reason that I do that is because I genuinely believe if you don't have time to trade, you don't have time to look at charts all day, you don't have time to learn how leverage works, or you don't have time to figure out how to, get into these are, basically where to buy dips and stuff, the easiest thing you can possibly do, in my opinion, is essentially get into early sales. I mean, if you have seen some of these sales lately, it is sick, guys. It is literally just sick, just disgusting. These gains. I mean, look at some of these just from the Bluezilla alone. Meta VPAD. Now, I was going to talk about this on the channel. This was something I wanted to get into so bad. I couldn't get into it, unfortunately. And look at this, guys. 1,290x MetaPad. I mean, look at these. 410x, 329. I mean, like you got a 38x. The 38x was like the worst one that they did. And this is just one of the incubators that take care of these projects, okay? So essentially, what I am trying to let you guys know about are these opportunities. These you don't even have to know what you're doing, okay? These IDOs, these are designed to make money, and I'm trying to tell you guys about them before the token hits the exchange. Once the token hits the exchange, now you got to play a guessing game. You got to figure out if investors are going to dump it. What's going to happen? Is it going to pump? I don't know. Do they have a good release schedule? How much is allocated to the founders? What are they using for marketing? How much is being released? When is it being released? But if you get in early, I mean, I'm not trying to look at these gains. And this is just from one of the VCs. This is crazy, guys. So this is why on this channel, I am going to be bringing you opportunities to get into early. You don't have to. You don't have to watch any of the videos that I talk about, but I'm telling you guys, there are some sick gains being made right now in these early investments, and specifically in Launchpads specifically. You can see Meta VPAD. You have VeloSpad. We have VPAD itself, which you guys know that I am actually partnered with because I do believe the pads are going to be huge right now. I mean, we saw what happened with PokeStarter. We saw what is happening with all these other guys, and that's why I'm telling you right now, IoTeX pad is the next one. This is just, and like I said, guys, I really firmly believe that this is something that's going to be continuing for quite some time. I realize I totally skipped over the fact that Nitro League is having their IDO on Copper launch. Now, just to show you guys, I told you guys about Nitro League weeks ago, completely sold out on PokeStarter. They did 150%, I believe, higher on Polygon, right? And now this is Copper launch. This is the last opportunity to get in on it. I'm telling you guys, it's going to sell out. It is selling out. So this is ending at 2 p.m. today. 2 p.m. UTC today. So I don't even know if there's even enough time to get in on this, guys, but I just bringing this up to you because I'm telling you guys, these things are absolutely sick lately with the way that they're just multiplying in crazy prices. So anyway, getting off that, I'm gonna be talking about them. If you don't like it, if this offends you, if you find it too shilly, I'm shilling projects, you can unsubscribe. I really don't care. I'm not shilling anything. I'm trying to bring you guys opportunities, okay? And I'm trying to get in them myself if I can. I mean, I can't get in all of them, but some of you guys can find opportunities. Now, IoTeX Pad is something that I think is going to do quite well. They're going to be launching a native IDO launchpad on IoTeX. Now, IoTeX is a project that we've talked about. I did an interview with the founder like 3 years ago. I met these guys in California one time for it was like a conference, and I know Larry from the team quite well. I speak to him actually pretty often. They're very serious about launching this pad right here, and you can actually see, this is the deck. You can download this on the website. We don't have to go into what this is. Essentially, IoTeX, you guys know they're dealing with the Internet of Things. IoTeX Pad is going to be the IDO platform for projects to be launched on IoTeX. And by the way, guys, IoTeX is not like just some random company. This is actually, you can buy these on Amazon. I don't know if you could see. Can you guys see the logo? You probably can't see it, but there's the U right there. This is the official UCam. You can buy this on Amazon. This is a product from IoTeX. So these guys are definitely legit. And they talk about obviously, scalability, improved user privacy. Clearly, it's a lot cheaper than Ethereum. Virtually everything is cheaper than Ethereum. So they talk about fundraising, and it's safe for investors. You don't have to search for, these, and they say no bots, no scams. They want to keep things straight, transparent, genuine. I mean, essentially, it's a launch pad. It doesn't take a genius to understand what they're trying to do, but they do have a structure for tiers, which will give you more benefits in these sales. Now, the reason that I say get into a pad, an IoTeX pad, is because they're going to be launching projects on it, right? So really, it's like you have the main pad itself, and you're going to need those tokens if you want to get into the deals on the future releases. So that's why getting into the pad itself, the launch pad itself, is arguably the most important investment over, the projects that they're going to choose to have in the future. And it's going to incentivize people to hold these tokens because they have bronze, silver, gold, emerald, and they have VIP as well, which gives you a lot more opportunities. You have to stake it 4 hours before allocation rounds open, and you can see the differences between the pool weight. Bronze is 2, silver is 5, gold is 11, emerald is 20, VIP is 30. And I can guarantee you that investors are going to be staking these. They're going to be holding these tokens, and I believe that it's going to drive the value up. And another thing, just to point out, is their initial market cap is going to be 270,000. Now, I do understand that the initial circulating supply is incredibly low. That is something that you need to consider. Take that with a grain of salt, because that does mean that there is going to be a lot of, dilution over time. It does have a fully diluted market cap that's relatively high, but when you consider the opportunity and you consider the initial market cap and you consider the fact that people are going to be staking this and holding this to buy more of the IoTeX pad launches, it's definitely something to consider, right? So you guys can have a look at that if you're interested, but essentially I just wanted to bring that up. Now, let's talk about some Bitcoin news and then let's get on out of here. So unfortunately, we do have a little bit of FUD today. But yeah, like I said, guys, not to get back, before I move on, there are a lot of opportunities out there, and I'm just going to bring them to you. Do your own research, get involved if you want. But this is crazy, guys. This is crazy. Look at this, BitOrbit, 214. I mean, NFT launch, 212, Velospad, 276, Pulsepad, 380, Valhalla, 630, Meta VPad. Still kicking myself that I did not get in on this one. But anyway, guys, so I am definitely going to be bringing these to you because you have to seize the day. And right now, these things are hot. The launch pads are hot. NFTs are hot. Gaming is hot. You need to take advantage of that. So what you want to do is essentially get into this. And then, yeah, you can peel off some of the profits, put it into Bitcoin, put it into Ethereum. But let's be honest, if Bitcoin, goes to 100,000, what is that? Like slightly over a 2.2x from here. I mean, this is where you guys can make, it's very risky, but this is where you guys can make that money, right? So essentially, we do have Russia. Central bank is seeking to impose a ban on crypto investing, according to Reuters reports that cite sources familiar with the matter. Gotta love that, right? Investors will be prohibited from making new purchases, but the ban will not extend to existing crypto holders. But at this point, pretty much any of these countries that are looking to ban crypto, it's kind of their loss, right? China banned crypto and it was actually one of the best things for the US, right? The US finally was able to get our hands into the mining field. And yeah, so I honestly think banning Bitcoin, banning cryptocurrencies is just a terrible move for countries. And I don't think that this FUD is going to matter as much. Now, if the US came out and banned it, that could be a little detrimental short term, but they're not going to do that. They've already said that. Why would the US ban crypto when they know they can tax it? I try to explain this to people. When I was in Dubai, I was trying to talk to people and explain to them the difference, and they're freaking out. I'm like, guys, it's essentially like a mafia. That's all the US is. They just want their cut. They just want you to pay taxes. That's all they want. They don't care what you do. You know, you go to Dubai, man, do you guys know some of the things that like you can't do in Dubai? It's absolutely insane. First of all, no weed. Can't smoke weed, like massive fines. You know, if you do reckless driving, you pretty much lose your license. No public display of affection. If you take pictures of certain things, you can get fined. They don't cursing, too much vulgarity, right? You can get fined for cursing in Dubai. It's absolutely crazy. In the US, no. We don't really care, right? Do what you want. We just want to tax you on it, right? What did we do? They ended up legalizing marijuana because they found that they could distribute it and tax it, right? So yeah, anyway, long story short, US is not going to ban Bitcoin. Things are not looking good for the money supply. Powell basically came out yesterday. It was an absolute joke. You know, S&P went up. Bitcoin went up. So at the end of the day, guys, this is the place to be. Place to be is not in dollars. It's not in a bank account. It's in crypto. And, you know, if the volatility scares you short term, well, then maybe crypto isn't for you. But I mean, like I said, even if you had bought at the absolute high at any time in Bitcoin's history, well, essentially, if you just waited 3.5 years, you would make minimally a 3x. So it's all about your time horizon. And like I said, guys, there are so many opportunities right now. There are all these launch pads are going crazy. They're doing these IDOs, you know, and you know, unfortunately, sometimes when we do get into moments like this in crypto, it could signal, unfortunately, that we are getting near the end. We might be getting near the end of this move, but I still think that Bitcoin is going to continue to move up, especially with everything that's going on right now, for at least the next 6 months. That's sort of my time horizon. Right around summertime of next year, I think it may be time to reevaluate things because, you know, eventually what happens is all the money floods these different tokens, you know, but you want to get in while it's happening, but also understand that it usually tends to be a bubble, usually does burst. Markets tend to correct. We go into these little bear markets, you know, some of them last a year, 2 years. I don't think we're going to last that long. And then what happens is the weak hands, they leave the markets, the money gets reallocated back into things like Bitcoin and Ethereum. And then we start to go back up again. Everybody forgets about Bitcoin. They say that it died. They're uninterested. They stop trading. The YouTube views go down, right? I don't get as many views. I don't get as many followers and likes and subscribers. And that's when we know it's the best time to start reaccumulating again. But at the end of the day, the cycle continues. So really, the one thing I want to leave you with is time in the market is better than trying to time the market, right? So at the end of the day, like I said, Bitcoin, Ethereum, set it, forget it. Layer ones, great opportunities moving forward. And right now, there's a lot of massive interest in these launch pads, in these IDOs, especially things related to gaming, related to metaverse. There's just people just throwing their money at it right now. And I think there's a lot of opportunity to make a lot of money right now. Now, I'm not saying to sell all your Bitcoin or whatever. I'm saying small out, you know, a little 1%, 2%, a little sprinkle here, okay? And I think there could be a lot of money that could be made over the next 6 months. And I want to help you guys to make money, but I also want to be responsible about our approach to investing, right? I mean, we've seen really bad rug pulls and people losing money, and I definitely don't want that happening to you guys. But I've rambled on far too long. That's it for me today, guys. I love you. You're awesome. At the end of the day, if you take anything away from this video, deep breath. We're all going to be fine. Everything's fine. The Fed... They're not doing anything. Nothing's changed, okay? Everything is the same, which means, well, just look how the markets have been, okay? Inflation is running rampant. So I love you guys. You're awesome. That's it for me today. My goodness, what a crazy day. Oh, by the way, what do you guys think about, anybody see Spider-Man yet? Did you guys see it? Don't ruin it for me. Don't ruin it for me in the comments. If you ruin it for me, I'm banning you, okay? I'm literally banning you if you ruin it for me. I'm going to go see it today, hopefully. But yeah, let me know if you did see it. Did you like it? So that's it for me. Thank you so much. My name's K-Dub. This is CryptoZombie. Until next time, stay crypto. And if you guys are thinking about doing the whole leverage trading thing, I highly, highly recommend You watch my tutorials. I will show you how to trade safely and responsibly. All right. So, next time, stay crypto. And of course, peace out.